everybody. Very excited to be here. I was going to say my name was Ice Cube, but they already said my name, so I was going to. Javon Frazier, I'll address the elephant in the room. I am not a Bruin. I did not go to Anderson. I'm actually a Cal Bear, and I went to NYU for my business degree, so go Stern, go Bears. But I did teach at the extension, strategic marketing, for many years at UCLA Extension, so I do feel like I'm part of the family, so I'm happy to be back here at UCLA. Going to talk about digital creators, right? So I know we use the word influencers. I like to say digital creators. So I'll give you a little bit more information about me. After my MBA, I worked at a very small entertainment company at the time in 2006. That company was called Marvel. It was very small at the time. We were making comic books. And worked there from, I like to call it Iron Man 1 through Guardians of the Galaxy. So kind of been there with the meteoric rise of Marvel. Worked on consumer products, licensing, theatrical, television, and video games is where I really kind of made a name for myself at the company. So I got a chance to work through a bunch of different revenue streams at Marvel. After Marvel, I wanted to kind of still work in IP and was like, okay, I want to work in IP, but I want to work in IP in a different way. And I started working with a company called Studio 71. Studio 71 is a digital media company that works with about 1,300 digital media creators, right? And those creators are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, every single platform. We do about 10 billion views a month through all those various platforms. And what I like to say digital creators. I don't like to say influencers, right? If I'm going to give you any tips, this was called like monetizing influence, right? But I like to call them digital creators because it's like if you call them an influencer, you're like saying, I want to monetize what you do, but not who you are, right? Because these guys are the new talent. These guys are the hardest working guys out there. And I've, coming from a digital background to working in the digital space, I've just really been impressed with the creators I've had a chance to work with. So I'm going to go back on that because it's hard to say digital creator market. So I will say influencer market because it's easier to say for the slide. But the influencer market has grown exponentially, very similar to my time at Marvel. I've been very fortunate to work in an industry that's actually gone exponentially. So it's grown from like 1.7 billion to 6.5 billion from 2016 to 2019 and still on the rise. There's been over 320, new platforms and agencies in the last 12 months alone that have gotten to the space. Who's done an influencer or digital creator campaign? Anyone? Raise your hand. Okay, see? Like in 2016, 2015, like there would be like a few hands that have grown up, but now it's like almost, I'd say 70% of the room, so that's cool. How do you make money? How do you make money with digital creators, right? So talent management is still a primary vehicle for making money with digital creators. So you got, agencies like UTA, CAA, WME that manage the careers of digital creators. Obviously, Studio 71 works with 1,300 creators as well. Oh, wow, okay, cool. And then content creation, licensing, obviously is a big revenue stream with digital creators licensing their materials to different platforms. Podcasts has actually been big. There's a lot of digital creators, YouTubers, and talent that are getting into podcasts, and that's been a big business. I think we launched like 60 podcasts just at Studio 71 last year. So that's been a big business for creators. And then originals. That's new shows, and movies featuring talent that are non-traditional talent that's come from a digital media platform that's now got a show on linear TV. Like Lily Singh has a late night talk show, right? That's a creator that became famous on YouTube and now has a late night talk show. A funny story, when I first started working for Studio 71, I worked on a movie called Natural Born Pranksters. It's a movie that probably you've never heard before in your life. It was $1 million budget film. It was called Natural Born Pranksters. And we came out the same weekend as Star Wars on digital platforms. You know what? We were the #2 movie next to Star Wars by digital creators, right? And the whole strategy was, hey, we know we can't be #1, but if we're #2, J.J. Abrams is going to be pissed, right? But this little influencer movie is going to be sitting next to it. And we were number 2 for the whole weekend. It was so fantastic. So you see the power of influencers, our creators, in promoting their movies as well. So they're really getting into traditional content, movies, and shows as well. Media, you guys know this space, obviously. Traditional branded campaigns, a creator, talking about their product in their video. Those are called brand integrations, and media's been a big play. That's been primarily the way that, there's been a lot of money just in the brand space, just through those integrations and that marketing. But I'm a Marvel guy, right? So I used to work at Marvel. The majority of my career was in products. So I'm going to talk about merchandising today, right? When I joined Studio 71, the CEO was like, okay, we've got all these other areas, and I was in charge of business development. He goes, we need to figure out merchandising. So I built the merchandising business at Studio 71 with the thesis that, these digital creators were IP. And we started off with like t-shirts, hats, hoodies, backpacks, and just a traditional kind of merchandising standpoint, kind of like, spaghetti and meatballs at an Italian restaurant, like figuring out how to, get your reps. And then we started to get into some pretty interesting case studies, which I'm going to walk you through very fast. First one, the Guava Juice Box. This is a talent. His name is Guava Juice. He started off with, he had 200,000 subscribers as part of the network. I identified Guava Juice, and he had a content on his YouTube channel that was appealing to 6 to 13-year-old kids, doing challenges and fun things on the channel. And I said, you know what? We can take it a step further. What about a toy box? And what we did was the Guava Juice Box. It was a toy subscription box. We put 5 toys in a box and shipped it out. And this was a 3-year business for us. We show this slide's a little bit outdated, but we did about 350,000 boxes to 57 countries based upon his promotion. And he would go on the channel, he'd play with the box, watch the videos. It's unreal, but it really was based upon creating, a brand based upon his brand that had a life of its own. The brand got even so big that we created a video game called the Guava Juice Tub Tapper, which was released on iOS, Android, and Facebook Instant Games. So we took his brand, made the Guava Juice toy box, shipped 350,000 boxes, and even supported with a video game. And it was one of our most successful initiatives. Like I said, that lasts for 3 years with him. He actually ended up he's currently got 14.9 million subscribers, so we were able to grow with his audience as well, and the product grew with his audience, and it was just a great initiative for us. Next, wanted to get into board games. So surprisingly, in the digital space, one of the biggest growing businesses for us has been board games, traditional board games. The board game business is on pace to be, $12 billion by 2023. We made a game called Joking Hazard. We put that on Kickstarter. Kickstarter is probably the most transparent, platform you can see for monetization, right? Because you see the dollars coming in or not coming in. They've actually been coming in our examples, but we put this game on Kickstarter. We did $3.2 million in 30 days. And this game was based upon a brand called Cyanide and Happiness. They're an online animated brand. They do these animated shorts on YouTube. They've got 12 million subscribers. And we built this game based upon the IP of the game. It's called Joking Hazard. And it was, I said $3.2 million in 30 days. It was sold in retailers everywhere. It's still selling out there right now. And another product built with a digital influencer. But I wanted to show something else. This is a thing called the Binding of Isaac. So we made those board games, we made the subscription box, and I was saying, we've got this talent in the network, we've got these creators, we've got these talent with big followers, but you know what? I'm a fan of this game called Binding of Isaac, and it was a very kind of niche game called The Binding of Isaac. This creator had made this video game, and we said, look, why don't we make a board game based upon his video game? So we approached the creator, said we want to make this board game based on his video game. We did $3.1 million. I think that's kind of our lucky number through that and through upsells. And that's in Target, 1,700 Targets nationwide. We just got our Target pickup for year 2. Thank you, Target. We've actually launched about 50 SKUs. We launched this brand in June of 2018. And it's been going on ever strong since then. But the reason I bring up this example is because I want to make a different point. So the first 2 guys are 14.9, 12 million subscribers. You guys probably saw those numbers, and that's probably how you look at it. This Edmund McMillan, one of the most amazing creators, 200,000 followers on Twitter, and it's able to drive those types of sales. And the point, if there's anything that I want to leave you guys with from the talk, it's about engagement. It's not about numbers. Everyone's going to say, well, hey, I've got a friend who's got 5 million subscribers. I've got a friend who's got 10 million subscribers. It doesn't matter. It's about engagement. The key thing for Edmund is that with his 200,000 subscribers, they were interacting with him. They do whatever he told them to do, because they had with the reason that people are trying to monetize influence or get with influencers is because they have a one-to-one relationship with their audience. There's trust there. Right? And with Edmund, it was like I had never seen before. I'll give you an example. We launched the Kickstarter in June of 2018, and we're going to deliver to fans by November of 2018, which was a crazy timeline, unbelievable. And Edmund had realized through the development, because we're actually developing the game while it's on Kickstarter, the numbers are going up exponentially. The campaign was focused on just him reaching out to his fans and, engaging them in the process. And it was, just this great campaign, but we were scared that we were not going to deliver in time. So what Edmund said was like, this game's got 450 cards. There's no way I can edit these cards by myself. There's no way. So you know what we did? We put up a website and we sent out, we tweeted to the fans to go, guys, we want to deliver this game to you. It's a great game, but we're not going to make it in time. So we need your help to edit the cards. And the fans edited the cards for us. And we were able to deliver on time in November, and everyone got their game. And that's the type of engagement, and that's the type of relationship, especially when you're talking about a product that you need to build these types of audiences in long-term ROI, long-term value. It's all about the relationship. It's all about the engagement. And we've been able to build out these various SKUs. There's the Target SKU on there. There's figures, all these things based upon surveying the audience. Hey, what would you guys like? What would you guys like to see? What are the next figures? What are the next things? And literally, we think we'll be in this business for a very, very long time. And it's based upon the relationship we've built with a tremendous digital talent and building a relationship and trust with our partners. So that really is it. I wanted to give you guys have some time for questions and all that stuff. Obviously, more information. We got a bunch of press about the games and the business that we built. The site Studio 71 Games, if you want to see more about the games. But I'd like to answer any questions. I got 3 prizes for 3 questions. And please, go ahead, sir.
Consider basically different. Thank you. Have you ever considered developing games using immersive experiences, like immersive games where, there's
like AR or
yeah.
I mean, I think AR is obviously the biggest AR example or success example of all time, and maybe I don't think people can dispute this, is probably Pokemon Go, right? The biggest of all time. Yeah, we've thought about AR. Obviously, there's a high barrier to entry so far as the cost to build those types of games. But we've thought about different things like that. But the example and why I kind of focused on merchandise and board games is that the barrier to entry to multi-million-dollar long-term revenue is in the tens of thousands, not in the millions. So I just wanted to kind of give some very practical examples of toys, board games, things that we've actually built long-term ROI. The subscription box is pretty much an annuity, right? Where ways that you can kind of get into business at a low cost, developing the right strategy and build out significant long-term ROI. Yes, I don't know how to do this. Someone help me and pick people? I want to be very democratic. I want to get in trouble.
Question for you back here.
Oh, yes.
When you're from the agency perspective, when you're, looking at content creators and these digital creators, and you're kind of sourcing them or thinking about that, how do you measure or understand what how do you see engagement and say that this is somebody we want to be working with?
Yeah, a lot of agencies charge you a lot of money for data that you don't need, right? The easiest way to do it is go on their preferred platform. Not every creator works on every platform. That's another myth, right? Whatever platform is their primary platform, and see how the fans are reacting. If they're putting up content, are the fans reacting to that content? Are they just saying random stuff? Like there's been, I won't say it, but there have been channels that have like 10 million subscribers, but the fans aren't commenting on the content, right? So the best way to view engagement is see if the creator does a survey or asks a question, is the creator engaging with the audience, and see like the value of those conversations. And that's how you really judge if he has actual engagement. Yes, sorry. They're going to pick, I think, not me. Oh, should I pick? Okay, yes, you have the microphone.
Thank you so much for being here. Influencer business depends on public image of your influencers, right? Can you please tell us how do you mitigate risks of some, I don't know, if your influencers do something that fans don't like? You know, we live in cancel culture.
Oh, yeah.
So the reaction could be very fast. How do you mitigate this risk?
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest, that question always happens, right? That's when you've got big brands, especially we do somewhere in the range of 800 plus brand deals a year. One of the biggest concerns is, the talent says something that, offends the brand and all kinds of stuff. But I think with agencies, especially like Studio 71, they've got trained talent managers that talk to talent every single day, and they stress the importance of brand deals and stress the importance of building long-term relationships. And frankly, you got to pick who you want to be in business with, right? So Edmund McMillan, one of the greatest guys. I'm just not just saying that because we've been very successful together, but just one of the greatest guys. And there's other people that have obviously a lot more following than him, a lot more, but he's the one that's a talent that you can trust and believe in. It's all about a relationship, right? And I'm saying things like engagement and relationship. It sounds very soft skills, but it really is the essence of the business. Do you have a talent? Do you have who's going to be your partner, frankly, that you can trust and believe in? And you've got to build that relationship with the talent.
We have time for one more question.
Cool. I think I'll have one more prize, so that works out. Anyone? Oh, okay, they're moving over there. Cool.
Hi, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask you a question, because when we do our stuff, we use a lot of experiential marketing.
Yep.
And it has proven success on our end.
Yep.
But I just wanted to know from your end, from Studio 71, do you guys do experiential marketing to promote, your influencers or your brands or your products?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a low budget example. Is that cool? Because there's a lot of people that come here like that, they run big studios and all that stuff, and you're going to get a lot of that today, right? I'm going to give you a low budget example, right? Very low budget example, right? So with Binding of Isaac, the creator, should I say this? Okay, the creator doesn't really travel, right? So I'm kind of the creator. I'm the man behind the box. No, he's the creator, but he doesn't really travel. So we went to Comic-Con, and because we knew that people wanted to meet the creator, but he didn't travel, we literally had a big 6-foot standee of the creator, and we're just walking around the show. That's as low budget as it gets, right? That's probably, I told you. And we walked into Comic-Con at $1.6 million, and we started trending because people were just like, we did this thing, like find Edmund McMillan at Comic-Con, right? And we're getting off the bus with the thing. We're just purposely walking around the show. We started Comic-Con at 1.6 million, we ended at 2.6 million. And it was just a fun, engaged interaction ways once the fans got it, they thought it was hilarious. And there was just like this whole like ARG kind of thing where they're trying to find the creator in a way, and it generated us $1 million in a week. So yeah, there's big experiential things. We do VidCon and we do big shows and things like that. We do all kind of executions. But I think one of the things I want to convey today is like, it doesn't take a lot of money to be successful. It doesn't. It takes a great idea. It takes understanding audience. It takes a great partner. But there's ways to be creative and have multi-million-dollar returns. Cool. I think that was it, huh? Thank you guys so much. I'll be around.